Now, let me start by saying this very clearly. I actually like Dhruv Rathi's work. I usually agree with his takes, his research depth, and especially the critique of the film Animal that he did. I was fully on board with that video. But this time, I disagree. Not emotionally, not politically, but cinematically. And that's what the video is all about. One of the biggest problems with Dhruv's video was that it judged the film using the standards of a documentary. वेल पर्सनली मुझे ऐसा भी फील हुआ था कि ध्रुव ने फिल्म खुद नहीं देखी है, मे बी किसी टीम मेंबर के थ्रू उनका ओपिनियन लेके वीडियो बनाई है. वेल फिल्म्स हैव always been inspired by real events and fictionalized for narrative purposes. मैं एक एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ. एक मूवी आई थी 2019 में जिसका नाम था वंस अपॉन अ टाइम इन हॉलीवुड. उसमें दो फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर्स थे, क्लिफ बूथ एंड रिक डाल्टन. दोनों ही रियल लोगों से इंटरैक्ट करते हैं जो उस टाइम पे हॉलीवुड में एग्जिस्ट करते थे, लाइक शैरन टेट एंड रोमन पोलांस्की. बट डू यू थिंक दे बोथ एग्जिस्टेड? नो, राइट? एंड फॉर दैट मैटर, even if we take the example of Inglorious Bastards, do you really think Hitler died that way? Well, this does not make it a propaganda. It makes it a historical fiction, a legitimate cinematic tool. If filmmakers were not allowed to fictionalize reality, then half of the world cinema would not exist. Another argument जो ध्रुव राठी रेस करते हैं वो ये है कि अगर ये सब एक्चुअली में हुआ था, then why did government deny everything? Well, the question itself misunderstands what covert operations are. No secret organization in the world, be it CIA, Mossad or RAW, will never publicly admit to a covert operation while it's active or politically sensitive. That is why it's called covert. Public denial एक evidence of falsehood नहीं है. It is the SOP. Similarly, हम ये मूवीज जैसे राजी और बेबी में भी देखते हैं. Comparing Aditya Dhar to Nazi propaganda was absurd, almost a straw man narrative. अभी straw man narrative होता क्या है? Let me just give you an example. Let's imagine this is my mom and she says, Nana, I think you should eat less junk food. And let's imagine this person is me. So she replies, Oh mom, so you want me to starve and never enjoy my life again? Now this is something I would actually say. But this is what we call a straw man argument. A straw man argument is when you don't fight the actual argument and you build a weaker, almost an imaginary version of it which is so exaggerated that you just can't defeat it. Similarly, कोई अगर ध्रुव राठी से पूछेगा कि भाई धुरंधर में कोई पॉलिटिकल ओपिनियंस थे, then he would reply, yes, Dhurandhar is a Nazi style propaganda. Comparing Aditya Dhar to Leni Riefenstahl is wild. Leni was appointed by the Ministry of Propaganda to make films showing the greatness of Hitler. Nazi propaganda had direct state commissioning, explicit ideological messaging, institutional promotion, no space for dissent. और उसमें दिखाया जाता था कि Jews were actually bad people. पर ऐसी कोई भी कसाईनुमा चीज हम धुरंधर के प्रमोशंस में नहीं देखते हैं. Well, I do agree the state has promoted films like the Kashmir Files and the Kerala Story in the past, which was questionable. In fact, I would still say that calling out Kerala Story was absolutely right because the film made massive claims without credible evidence. Why were religious slogans used? Okay, Aditya Dhar ने ना reality invent नहीं किया है. 26/11 attackers used religious slogans and they are recruited using religious radicalization and brainwashing. When Dhruv Rathi said, it's us versus them, yes, it is. It's us versus the terrorists. Showing extremists using religion is not same as blaming the religion. If that logic worked, then every crime film would be anti-humanity. For example, the film PK wanted to critique blind faith, Godman exploiting religion, religious fear as a business model. And it used elements of Hinduism to show that, right? Styling villains is glorifying them. Quentin Tarantino अपनी नस काट लेगा ये बात सुन के. Stylized villains are not glorification, Dhruv. They are storytelling. Be it the iconic Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards, Calvin Candy from Django Unchained, and for that matter, even Sardar Khan from Gangs of Wasseypur. You reviewed that, right? They are all stylized, charismatic, and memorable, but never justified. Dhurandhar does the same. And भाई अगर वो दूस दूस वाला गाना फेमस हो गया तो उसमें फिल्म मेकर्स की क्या गलती है? Everybody loved Akshay Khanna and not the character Rahman the Cat, okay? I have already spoken about this on my channel in my previous review, that violence is not immoral if it serves the narrative. Reality में some of these extremist figures did far worse, including, trigger warning, playing football with severe deaths. Gruesome and raw violence इसलिए ज़रूरी होता है narrative के लिए because it invokes the same emotion the character is going through in the film. And that's the reason film को A सर्टिफिकेट भी दिया गया था. यार अगर हर मूवी ऐसी सिंपल सी बनने लगी ना, एकदम परफेक्टली कोरियोग्राफ्ड एक्शन सीन्स दैट ऑलमोस्ट सीम आर्टिफिशियल, देन फिल्म मेकिंग का कुछ मज़ा नहीं है. एंड मोरोवर ये एक डायरेक्टर का डिस्क्रिशन भी होता है कि वो कैसे अपनी स्टोरी पोर्ट्रे करना चाहते हैं. आई थिंक दिस आर्ग्यूमेंट इज ऑनेस्टली द वीकेस्ट. Asatoma Sadgamya is not a Hindu nationalist slogan. Sanskrit is not a communal language. It's a philosophical chant about moving from darkness to truth. जब ये गाना आता है in the backdrop, उस टाइम, spoilers alert by the way, रणवीर सिंह रहमान डकैत का एक sort of घोस्ट देखते हैं, right? तो वो मोमेंट एक कैरेक्टर गिल्ट के बारे में था, not national pride. Now, to be fair, and this is important, I don't disagree with everything what Dhruv Rathi said. Yes, the film does have shades of dog whistling. I don't remember the exact line, but वो जब आर माधवन जी कहते हैं कि एक देशभक्त सरकार का इंतज़ार है और तब हम बताएंगे कि हमारी प्लेट्स इलीगली बेची जा रही है पाकिस्तान को, मुझे वो थोड़ा सा फनी भी लगा. एंड ऑफ कोर्स लेट्स नॉट प्रिटेंड कि वो लाइन पॉलिटिकली न्यूट्रल थी. उस मोमेंट पे थोड़ा सजेशन तो हुआ था कि एक पर्टिकुलर पॉलिटिकल रिजीम के बारे में कहा जा रहा है, possibly even implying that the system was waiting for the current leadership to come into power. Honestly, I feel you don't have to like Dhurandhar, you don't even have to agree with the politics. But calling it propaganda without concrete evidence is honestly lazy criticism. Cinema बहुत layered होता है, बहुत subjective होता है, and उसको बहुत ही सलीके से criticize भी करना चाहिए, I think. I respect Dhruv Rathi, but this time I disagree. And I think that's okay.